Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Omega SMG coming at you with a new video. This is gonna be a bit of a more interesting beat. Nothing that, not like you've never seen anything like it before, but lots of automation, lots of interesting stuff going on. So I'm gonna and I'm just gonna go down the pattern. So this pattern never gets used. So we start off with just four on the floor claps. And sound like I have some slight EQ on it. Just boost a really low end, boost a really high end, and make it sound nice and punchy. So this just added a bit more crunch to it. This track, I didn't even really do any full out mixing on it. I just kind of leveled it and added some EQ where I thought it was needed. Like, this is a really simple track considering how much is going on. Then I have another clap pattern that's just on the 3 and the 7. Hand recorded it, and then another one with a bounce note right there. Just different than normal. Then we have our hi-hats. This is where it gets a bit more different. So we have a live hat, a like regular hat, and then open hi-hat. And this is what that hat sounds like. Then sometimes they'll switch up to, do I have any more hat patterns? Because I have a lot of patterns in this. Lots of them. Wanted to have a lot of variation, so. I see I spelled melody wrong. Okay, but so let's move on to the first kick pattern. It's a combination of kick flames and kick NK. Let's go mixing of it. So this is the full kick, so nice and fat. This takes up a lot of room in the mix, but so we get that high end from the high kick with a low pass on it. I mean high pass on it, running it through radiator, clean line. Run it through radiator again, except I have it on the noisy mic setting and I have it on drum puncher. So and Pro Q, cut out the really low end, boost the high end, give that low kick, that high kick some noise, and then add a compressor to it. This is an anti-punch compressor because it was originally just too punchy. So this is with the attack in to compensate for the punch, and then this is with it definitely kills the transient a bit, but I didn't want it to punch super hard, so it's fine. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go into the actual beat and kind of like, actually no, I'm going to go through the bass and all that first. Bass and E-piano. So, we have this super duper smooth bass from Trillion. Just nice and smooth, lots of stuff like that. Then we have an E-piano. This uses sevenths, so it's like but yeah, lots going on. I have just nice and smooth. This is a mixing I have on the E-piano, so I have a chorus on it to give it a bit more vibe than an EQ. Dang it, EQ. Cut out the really low end, boost around 1000 hertz, and then throw it through the reverb. Then for the bass, This is on the guitar rig. I just used a precise bottom preset, added a decapitator on top of that, and then add an EQ to boost the sub, and it sounds super beautiful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go through the bass pattern and just. So it makes it a lot dirtier, and I think it sounds nicer like that. So let's go ahead and go into this area where it all is. So then our kicks come in, and that's when we start getting some more energy. Then we have our hi-hats coming in. Then we have a brass swell. Follows pretty much the same chord progression as the E-piano with less jazziness to it and more just basic sevenths. And this is what it sounds like. So now let's go and go over the guitar. This was before I knew how to play guitar, so yes, it is still using AGF. But still very smooth. So let's go over the tone, because people, like anyone I've showed this track to, they love the tone of this. So I use Prince in the Rain. I just use this preset. I tend to use a lot of guitar presets a lot because they tend to be good. So this makes it super smooth, and I want to make it a bit dirty, so I added a radiator to it. Added some noise to it, made it a bit more like realistic. Then add decapitator, not a ton, but I added some like some of that distortion. Then decimor to make it more lo-fi. Then throw it through the reverb. Then that's how we get that. Then we go into this, which is where yeah. So I'll just let it fade into that. Oh yeah, I should probably go over the snare roll in 808 first. So yeah, basic snare roll. So yeah, nice and sexy there. Then we have an 808, which is more of just sub with. It has some punch mixing on it, so it just has a limiter on it. It's sidechained to the kick, so that the kick can still come through with its limited punch ability. So I don't quite know what happened. It used to be like it would clip a little bit here, and it sounded really nice. It wasn't like dirty clipping though, but it added energy to the song. It's something where I would say clipping good, which you normally don't hear that one. So let's go over the melody that I have. just nice and jazzy. So now we get here, and we also have this brass lead going. Just nice and sexy. And just like this. So now let's go ahead and go over what exactly is going on here. So what we have going on here is we have that your A section and your B section. So got your A section, which just has that smooth bass line going. It's my favorite part of the entire song. And then we have this guitar brass going, like the brass lead going on. So this makes it so that it has a clear separation from this to this. There's a lot changing. So the sound is changing from an E piano to a brass, and we're changing our bass line from this dirty electric bass to a sub, and then we're cutting out a lot of the drums, and we're just switching to snares and claps. But we're still getting that meshed together because a lot of the melody is still the same. It's just different sounds and different rhythms with it. However, they sound a lot different because of that. Then to separate it even more, I mess around with the panning. So during the A section, I just have the brass panned all the way to the left and the guitar all the way to the right, so that first of all, it makes it sound a bit cleaner in the mix, and it creates a clear separation. However, due to the fact that they are panned completely to one ear and completely to the other, you aren't losing anything in the mix if you're just listening with one ear. So it's not like whoever in high school, guy only listens with one ear, but he's not going to be missing part of the song. He's not going to be hearing the crappiest mix of all time because you decided, I'm going to pan it 75%, because that just makes it so that, man, now I can slightly hear it in one ear, but it's not loud enough to have the original effect. So that's why I tend to stick to all the way to the left, all the way to the right or center. But anyways, so then once we get here, we have that drop going again that I have in the original B section. However, after that, we start adding parts from the A section to make it so that it just kind of builds up into this just massive conclusion. And it stacks together well. It's not like it's clashing and it's making it impossible to listen to. It just makes it so that it's a bit more difficult to mix, because this song isn't that great mix. There's a lot of clipping in it, but oh well. Yeah, but we have just this pretty much has the exact same chords and bass going throughout the entire thing. However, it still feels dynamic, and that's what I'm trying to impart upon you guys today. I'm trying to push that information on you because it's good information to have. How to be dynamic yet the same at the same time. It's something that is definitely worth mastering. Because, I mean, if you go ahead and go through this entire track, so claps, they only have two patterns really. So there's 3 and a 7, then there's a 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. But it makes all the difference in the world. Completely changes the bounce. Same thing with the kick. There are only 3 real patterns for it. There's then there's and then there's the chorus one that is more typical trap. Then we have our hi-hats, which they have the 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 pattern the entire time. It's just that they're swapping out the sounds. It's really small differences that add up from being this to it turns it from this to this. Near identical chords, just different drums and different sounds. So, this is what I'm like, mess around, make some more creative choruses. I'm tired of hearing the exact same thing over and over again. If not even for me, just like try and make something good at Johnny Blocker. Anyways, if you like this video, smash that like button. If you dislike this video, smash that dislike button. Feel free to leave a hate comment. It simply just makes me rank higher in the search engine results. More comments is great. If you want more content like this, smash that subscribe button. And this is your boy Omega SMG signing out.